This should be a really, really good game. Two teams with identical overall records. The Sooner Conference runners-up, Mid-America Christian, against the GPAC tournament champs, Hastings. Hastings wearing the white, MacU wearing the black, and we are underway in the final game of the night. The battle for the red banner begins here in Wichita in the final game of this four-game set. Reggie Thomas, the first to touch it for Hastings tonight. Expect to see him get a lot of the looks. One of the best players statistically in the NAIA. Driving in is Danilo Matovic, and Hastings on the board first. Senior from Novi Sad, Serbia, on the board to begin things for the Broncos. MacU in the all-black with the red outlines. Matovic defends. Pull-up jumper, good for Seth Hurd, senior from Tulsa, first team all-conference this season in the Sooner. Mikel Henderson, up top it goes. Smith head fakes on the three. Has a bit of a size mismatch here with Matovic on him. We'll see if Smith can exploit it. Smith will try to do so. Flings all the way around, knocks down the left elbow jumper, and is thrown down by Matovic on the way. Eddie Smith able to exploit that mismatch. MacU 7 of 11 from the field to start. And Thomas is going to have to come back in for Hastings. Our first media timeout of this game. Great start for the Evangels. They lead by 7 against the number 7 seed in the Kramer quadrant. Tyreek McMurrin has some space, looks for help, finds Corrigan. 15 to shoot. McMurrin thought about the three. Instead will drive, blocked from behind and right into the backboard by Magok Manyang. The other direction, Josiah Lewis back in with 2 fouls, and he is fouled. Arms upturned. Is that on Thomas? It is on Thomas. That's his third. Hastings had to roll the dice with the offense stuck in neutral. They put on their top conductor, Reggie Thomas. And you see both players out of control. Thomas backing up. Josiah Lewis going to the rack and gets the foul called. And he hits the first free throw. Man, bad to worse here for Hastings. Just a 5-point game. By no means is this out of reach. By no means. But Reggie Thomas, who averages 24.5 points per game and plays 38 minutes per game, most in the conference, is going back to the bench probably for the final 6:26 of the first half. That minutes per game average is going to torpedo. Lewis knocks them both down. Remember, he's also got 2 fouls and was just restored to the game. And right as we say that, he will head back to the bench. Terrence Gaines in his place. Where will Hastings find some offense with Thomas off the floor? They score about 76 points per game as a team, and Thomas scores 24.5. So nearly a third of their offensive output. They've got only 13 points today with him playing limited action. He's got 4 of those 13, so about a third of their output. Matovic spins around. Matovic with the finish. The question is, where do they go from here? There's an answer. Matovic with another make. Mid-America Christian still by 2. 10-second differential. And the Evangels in no hurry. Lewis kicked away by Matovic, across the timeline. 5 to shoot. Smith will accelerate against Corrigan. All the way he goes. Eddie Smith, another great take. And a timeout on the floor by Hastings as they try to draw up a play for the final 10.7. We have seen a lot of really good cuts, drives, and finishes in tight by Evangels players today. Smith is 4 of 10. Hurd is 4 of 5. Lewis just made one a minute ago. He's 1 of 2. The latest here from Eddie Smith. I was wondering if we would see this. Hastings has put Reggie Thomas back on the floor. Number 0 in the whites. Getting a little bit of a talking to from senior D'Angelo Adkins on the Hastings side of the floor. You get a look at our experienced KCAC officials here, and there's a look at Thomas and his conversation with Adkins. Reggie Thomas has made just 1 field goal and has committed 3 fouls in this first half. One of the best scorers in the NAIA, 3rd in points per game at 24.5, has been held to just 4 in this game, and I'm sure this last shot will at least run through him. Screen at the foul line by Matovic. Thomas against his opposite number 0, Zalek Sharp. Sets up a 3 from Corrigan, and Grady Corrigan, as the first half buzzer sounds, knocks down a 3 for Hastings. One of the best three-point shooting teams has just their second make from deep today. And our officials with a final parting thought as well before they leave. Mid-America Christian led for almost this entire half, but they have not been able to break free. And Grady Corrigan will check and see if he got it off. He got it off with 2 seconds left, and there was maybe some time left on the clock, and neither team will protest it by any stretch. Hastings with a 3, just their second of the game, and the Broncos cut the deficit to 1 at the half. Big storyline for Hastings. Reggie Thomas, one of the best scorers, one of the best overall guards in the country, marred by foul trouble. 3 fouls, 4 points was his first half stat line, but no surprise to see him start the second half here for Hastings. Doesn't take a genius to figure out that he's going to need to heat things up to make a difference. Madovic was a big difference maker in that first half, and with the shot clock under 2, Danilo Madovic has another make. All of them have been from the elbows and in, it feels like. He is 6 of 11 from the floor and a game-high 12 points. Thomas with the steal for Hastings. He's adept at that. Back he goes. Hastings has the lead for the first time since the start of the first half, by the way. The Broncos score the first points of the first half. They score the first points of the second half, and they lead for just the second time tonight. 8-point deficit erased. Madovic flips it all the way up top. Tyreek McMurrin. One-on-one against Magak Manyang. And likes to pass it up. Corrigan from the foul line. Grady Corrigan. Back-to-back buckets for Hastings to start off the second half. We mentioned this was a pretty clear-cut matchup in the stats. One of the best field goal shooting offenses, Hastings, against one of the best field goal shooting defenses, Mid-America Christian. Three-pointer swirls around and in for Josiah Lewis. The first made 3 tonight for Mid-America Christian, and we're all tied up. And the GPAC Player of the Year, and I'm sure it was not even a decision. Josiah Lewis. Up top it goes. D'Angelo Adkins fakes the 3, takes the 3, hits the 3. 2 threes for MacU in this second half, and the Evangels go back in front. Strap in. Thomas all the way, coast to coast with the finish. Just his second make from the field and right on cue. One of the best scorers at any level in the NAIA this year. Finally has his second make from the floor. Another 3 ball. It's good! 3 straight threes for Mid-America Christian. This one courtesy of Mikkel Henderson. They did not hit a single three-pointer in the first half. Suddenly they're on fire. Go figure. Anthony Thompson. Quiet day offensively for him. Madovic will just hold on the right side. Now sees a triple team. Still tries to cut. Flings it up. Count it and the foul. Danilo Madovic has had a brilliant game. He's tied it up and he could put Hastings back in front. 6 minutes left. McMurrin open for 3. No good again. Offensive board, Thomas. Put back, no good. Tipped out into the hands of McMurrin. Can he make it count? Yes! Third time's the charm for Hastings. Tyreek McMurrin. This is not their game. But on a day where Hastings has not lived up to everything that they normally do well, namely field goal shooting and three-point shooting, it makes sense that they'd have a really good day on the offensive glass. As a team, Hastings averages 7.5 offensive rebounds per game. There are only 12 teams in the NAIA that average fewer than that this season. 7.5 is their average, and tonight, Hastings has 11 offensive rebounds. Mid-America Christian has just 3. Second chance points, though, only 7 off of those 11 offensive rebounds, so major missed opportunities there, but there's 3 second chance points for McMurrin and the Broncos. The deficit is 6 with under 6 to go. To no avail. As did Mid-America Christian in that last possession. On the inbound, three-pointer. Grady Corrigan knocks it down. Just the third made deep ball tonight by the Broncos. and that one brings Hastings all the way back to within 1. Right on the inbound, Corrigan left unmarked. And as we've already said today, Reggie Thomas is known for his scoring exploits, but that's not all he can do. He's also one of the best passers in the GPAC, team best 4.5 assists per game, top 5 in the conference. He's got 4 tonight, including that one on Corrigan, who quietly has 15 points. 30 seconds left in regulation. It's once again a 1-point lead. Lewis will bleed the clock. 10 on the timer. Left wing, Mikkel Henderson. Around the screen from Hurd, 5 to shoot. Henderson this way, open. Calavan for 3, left it short. 10 seconds left. Hastings with the ball. Anthony Thompson, 5 seconds. Thompson for Reggie Thomas. Who else? He'll fling it towards the bucket. It's in the hands of Manyang, and Mid-America Christian survives. Hastings never got the shot away, and MacU is into the second round of the NAIA tournament by the skins of their teeth. The Evangels fend off another surge from the Broncos, and one of the best field goal shooting teams in the country don't even get a shot off. They had the ball with 10 seconds left, had the ball inside the arc with 5. Thompson gave it to Thomas, and he was halfway between a shot and a pass. It never worked out. Seth Hurd, the collapse defense. I'm not really sure you can call that a shot attempt. No foul. Thompson had the board with no time left. Manyang then gets it away from Thompson with zeros on the clock.